Our today's episode is all about 3D printing and how we integrate those parts to our winter village. And we start with all the prototype parts. So what you see on the screen right now is everything I needed to get the dimensions right. You have to get the exact stud dimensions, the exact inside profile, the width of the parts, as well as the thickness. And a lot of configurations can go wrong and need all to be set right to get a good fit, to get the clutch power right. The tolerances of the part need to be exact. And after a specific point, I was happy with the outcome. And with that, I started the mass production of our whole basement and substructure of our winter village. The really positive thing is that by now I got the bricks all to be compatible with each other and also with the Lego bricks. So as you're used to, if you take the 4x1 bricks, you can simply place them on top of each other. They have a good retention force and you can separate them as well. And the second brick I printed is the 4x2 brick. And here it's the same, easily clippable and a good hold to all the sides of the brick like it should be. Okay, let's see what else do we have. Our 2x2 brick, again, nice and compatible with the others. You might have seen those before. I printed them already in an episode before. I needed wide rails for the winter village, snowed on rails. And that is our 16x16 stud base plate. I needed some iteration loops to get the profile in a way that you can easily print it and the print times are not too long. And here's a large advantage with the custom-made plates. I put a few holes in it and those holes will be used to route our cables down from the top layer down to the base layer, that all our houses can have the cables hidden. And what I needed as well was a 32x32 big base plate. I didn't find them in any original stores, but it's a full compatible base plate. It will be used for our ground to get a good support for our city. And the whole bottom side can be used as well. It is sturdy, robust, and that should be our foundation. And next comes the special plate, 32x16. Here was the idea to finalize the length of the table I have. I can use two 32 plates and one of the 16 stud plates. And that will be the full length of our winter village. And I thought it's interesting to you to see how a complete 32x32 base plate is printed. And here you can see it in a fast forward. The total print time for one of the huge base plates is roughly 6 hours. And here are all the plates and bricks I printed over the last days. And that will be our foundation for our city. Let's see how much we can already achieve with that. And if there are pieces missing, we simply print new ones. And before we switch over to the integration in our winter village, I wanted to show you here the hold and what it looks like with the standard bricks. So it can be used just as a regular brick, no difference here. And we can also attach it to our base plates. And you can do that with the various bricks. It doesn't really matter. They are all fitting and you have a really good hold. Even here in horizontal, everything is holding as it should. And you can simply remove them again. It took a few iteration loops to get to that stage, but now I'm quite happy with it. And the same is possible on the bottom side. You have a good compatibility with all the bricks. And if you connect them here, 3 bricks are totally sufficient to lift the whole part. And it's stable in itself and can hold the parts in place. And also during the removal, nothing gets stuck and they're easy to remove. When you think about the right form factor, the 32x32 base plates are the most robust and sturdy ones we could use to have it not in too many separate parts and be able to handle them easily. So they shall be our ground elements. I would later like to add another layer on top. So we use here the 4x1 bricks and they shall surround the complete bottom plates. And when you look from the front side, you will see a clean surface and all the electronics can be hidden on the inside. And those bricks are our surroundings, our borders to the outside. And the idea is to use the 16 by 16 plates as our top construction where the houses will be placed on. And to make it a little more robust, we give it a brick in the center and another brick in the top right corner. And this brick will be overlapped by various plates. And in the areas between, we can simply route our cables. At least that is our plan. And the good advantage is now that after getting the tolerances right, you need a little more force than with the regular plates, but that is for the base plates totally fine. And then we have our robust and sturdy top. And we can continue with the 4x2 brick here. That will be our connection to the next plate. We take again a center brick. And now comes one of the big advantages with the 3D printing. We can simply design our own elements. There will be also coming more in the future, I'm pretty sure. But for now, let's have a look here on the plate where we would like to get our cables routed down to the base. And the cable through-let holes are placed in different distances to the center. So I can simply rotate the plate and get the cable outlet routed to a different position. So we have a clean look to the outside and to the side. And if you look inside, this is where we can route our cables. And here's our complete winter village with the 11 houses you know from the episodes before. And you see already the arrangement. I thought that could really work well. And with all the houses in its original place, we can start with our substructure. That gets at first the outer border. And we continue with connecting the base plates and giving the small plates we place on top support. Here we have the first column of our build ready. Let's grab the houses and see what it would look like with the houses in place. And it is also necessary to see where our houses will need the holes in the small base plates, that we can route our cables upwards at the right spots. Another thought is that we should be able to disassemble it at some point or being able to move our whole build. This is why we just take 2 base plates next to each other and they form one building block. And we take 3 building blocks in total to get the whole winter village together. Now this subconstruction is ready and we have an idea about the placement of our buildings. And that is the right time to hide our wires below the base plates and get them routed to the right spots. And finally, we get to see our first third of our winter village on the right 3D printed base plates. And of course, we would like to switch again from daytime to night mode. Even though the construction of the substructure has only just begun, it is already giving the entire landscape a much better sense of cohesion. A coherent building block design is emerging rather than just a random collection of winter home houses. I think this will look really good once we have all the base plates assembled. So I will start preparing the next episode, and this will be the assembly of our next third of our winter village substructure. I hope to see you soon and stay warm.